Hey guys, welcome back to the Development Tank. Something I want to cover off quickly. Had a great chat with Raphael today. He's in the Little Fish Network. He's a refugee, come to Australia 15 years ago, but he's figured out how to get into property, how to speculate on property, and he's looking to start his first development. He's in the network. I had a chat with him today. Just wanted to say to you guys, hey, this guy's come across from a refugee camp. He's in Australia. He's begged, borrowing and stealing to get involved and build a great life for his family. So make sure you get inside the Little Fish Network. Hit the link in the comments. Now, today's episode, Jonesy's back and we're talking about build prices. We're talking about the headwinds that's facing our industry and what Little Fish as a company is doing to fix it and to insulate ourselves from those headwinds. So super keen to unpack that with Jonesy. Let's get into it. Welcome back, Jonesy. Big topic today, mate.
Yeah, it is, Pete. Thanks. I'm excited to be here. This is one like a more big picture Little Fish strategy that we've kind of been working on behind the scenes. So obviously just understanding the state of the market at the minute. I guess there's a lot of stress out there, and one of the big items that we've kind of been diving into has been construction pricing and just trying to understand sort of what levers we could possibly find to sort of move the needle to obviously assist with clients getting in, value for money, projects and sites and opportunities to stack up even more.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's, for as long as I've been involved, it's never been harder to get in, and the headwinds have never been more real from like build costs. Like 5 years ago, like costs have probably doubled. They've more than doubled. And that's, you won't see that in the newspapers. The newspapers will say 30% and all this sort of stuff. That's just rubbish. It's more than doubled. Interest rates have gone up the most aggressively they've gone up in decades. So you've got all these factors, and then you've got people coming to us trying to get into the marketplace. It's never been harder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. And I guess what we've been trying to do is, obviously we're on the front line talking to clients, and the two things are, and sometimes they go hand in hand, is, they're constrained by budget or they're constrained by the feasibility, and sometimes it's both. And in order to stack that up, the only real area that we can move, right, like those suburbs, some of those suburbs or a lot of those suburbs are capped in terms of resale value, and then, whatever you pay for the land is what the value of the land is. So the real area to find any flex and increase that margin is in construction, and we've sort of played a lot in that custom space, but doing it from an angle of being able to control cost and quality and outcome. I guess what we've been working on is to try and see if there's another way in which to do that, because custom is now almost becoming out of reach for, I would say, majority of areas within Melbourne, unless you're in like premium blue chip suburbs.
Yeah, correct. We definitely, and as well, found ourselves getting pushed into these really, like you say, blue chip suburbs where the resales are enough that it all makes sense. And there's no doubt there was a ring, a play and not to play where custom worked. That ring has just got so much smaller inside here with Gav and his feasibilities. It's got so much smaller. So we've sort of looked at it and gone, well, how do we engage, and how do we get these people back doing this stuff, getting in their new dwellings, doing their developments and all that sort of stuff at a point, like you said, they can either afford it or the FISO still stacks up, where at the moment custom in some areas just doesn't work. So super excited with what we've been working on.
Yeah, for sure. I think, I guess the sentiment, the data all reflects exactly that. And what we've found, it's not a great place to be, but once you start to put some of those, realised costs on the table, it's a shock to the system when you're pushing people towards custom. So what we've found in recent months, we've had a large scale builder approach us, and we've sort of unpacked what that possibilities could look like and the strategy would look like with that in terms of being able to produce a more cost conscious product, with a bit more of a model that controls the outcome to a certain degree, rather than kind of speccing everything and then having to value manage it back. You're kind of getting a turnkey solution for a much more cost attractive price, and it's not to then still affect those end resale values. We still feel like there's a lot of value to be added there, and it's something that we're really excited about.
Yeah, 100%. And I think there's no doubt the market's just really sort of shunted up, and we're in this smaller space. So to be able, in a marketplace where price is everyone's so price conscious, they're quite risk adverse, to be unpacking product and a relationship that's going to get that pricing to a point where a lot more people can play and get the benefits of new building developments, all those sorts of things, have FISOs open up again, is super exciting. And to be able to be talking with this mob about, what we can add into that mix of specification and facades and floor plans, to have our own specific product that we definitely feel sits above what else is on the marketplace at that price point. I think super exciting to get our own look and feel, but be able to use the benefits of a large scale builder and the pricing they can achieve to be able to get that and use that, and I guess model that and mold that a bit. I think we're going to be able to fill that spot that the market has sort of priced out.
Yeah, for sure. We feel like, from everything we're seeing, data, conversations and discussions with clients directly, that there's a massive gap in the market between fully custom and then your standard volume play down the bottom over here.
Yep.
And what we're trying to do is fill that gap so people aren't priced out and they actually have a choice and a solution. So when they come to us, you could play in custom if that's where it fits. And with all of our experience in that space, we'd have no qualms with directing people there. But then also taking a kind of really strategic approach in terms of unpacking the feasibility, unpacking their budget, unpacking their risk profile, and maybe suggesting an alternate option which kind of sits in the middle of that gap, where you do get a much more cost-effective outcome, but still, high quality. You still get the Little Fish project management service. We obviously still manage the outcome with the builder, quality control, all of the sort of value adds that come with our full custom service is now sort of layered down into this option.
Yeah, love it. So everything that everyone's come to know and love about Little Fish, so a brand, a superior product, that risk management and risk mitigation that comes with employing a development manager such as Little Fish, getting all those things, but then having Little Fish pull out the value of a large scale builder to get a pricing model where a lot more people can play, a lot more people can make more money than they're making, maybe dragging a volume builder down into these suburbs where maybe it's overcapitalizing. So, mate, that's super exciting. Let me ask you, what are the types of things, and I know Claire and Gav are involved in this as well, so the A-team's all over it, but what are the sorts of things that's front of your mind, and Claire's and Gav's, that are looking at whilst trying to dial this product a bit?
Yeah, it's an interesting one, and it's been a great exercise for us because, as I said, we've come from the custom space. We know what that looks like. When you generally go in there, there's a higher level from a budgetary point of view to spend. So we're trying to create that kind of look and feel just on a much more kind of, conservative basis, and you're trying to generate a quality product without the cost blowout. So we're conscious of, facades is one thing, you touched on it before. Floor plans is the other thing. So, the way in which we operate in here, we really dive into facades and floor plans, right? Like you roll up to the site or the project, the development, and you look at it, that's first impressions. And we want it to look and feel like a Little Fish development. And then same as, the floor plans, like the projects team are forever pulling apart every project we have to ensure that there's efficiencies, paths of egress throughout the house, the way in which you utilise the spaces and live in the spaces are maximised to its potential. So, I guess the designs that we're working on in the background, which will come to fruition over the next coming months, will have been touched and felt in all those aspects, but they've been the priority, right? Facades and floor plans. And then it's it's the specifications internally and where we feel the value for money is. You can throw so much money at it and put everything in it, but that's not going to be the most cost-effective way. So it's understanding what clients and potential sellers down the track, dealing with agents, and obviously all of our experiences that we've had in the custom space, now drilling down on that and saying, all right, well, is it stone? Is it tapware? Is it floors? Is it skylights? Is it window heights, ceiling heights? Like, where's the value and what do you push and pull to make this cost effective but still get a terrific outcome?
Yeah, mate, well said. And I couldn't agree more. A super exciting exercise that the team's been able to embark upon, because like you said, I think having gone down the custom route, been involved in well over 100 developments, the team, they've pushed and pulled floor plans, facades, like you said, interior floor plans to get best outcomes. And now, we've done all that, we've learned all those lessons. Now we get to go in and create our own sort of product with everything that we've learned, been involved in over 100 developments. All that gets to come into, all right, cool, how do we create our own look and feel from the lessons we've learned? So, well done. Facades, floor plans, and spec, dialing those in to make sure that we tick all the boxes. But like you said, you can throw everything at this and the price will be there, which isn't accessible to people, which isn't what our community needs from us. It needs a cost-effective but aesthetic and feel-good solution that they can afford.
Yeah, you're right. Like that last sort of snippet of what you said for me is the key driver behind it all. Is we want to find solutions. We want to help people get in and be involved and be proud of what they've been able to produce. And we felt like that gap was getting bigger. Hence why we've gone down this path. And it's something we're excited. We're still, a work in progress. We're sort of developing that out, but it was important to touch on it because it's something that's going on live daily, because we feel like it's a real priority to make sure that we kind of open up the opportunities for not only us, but all of our clients that are engaged with us. So we're not turning you away and not providing you with a solution. And I think that the key is that you can safely come and now we can say, well, look, this is what you can get for this price, or this is what you can get for this price. And you kind of sit in those areas and then we work with you to get the best possible outcome. I guess the other part to that, and another sort of add-on, is exploring that single dwelling side of things, which that's a really exciting space as well. I think a lot of people that I talk to in particular are coming to us specifically for townhouse. But I'd like to kind of position us more as project manager of whatever the development is to just get the best possible outcome. And single dwellings has been something that's been on our mind for a while. We've explored it a lot. We've dove into the feasibilities and tried to break them so many times with Gav. And again, that's another possibility, and it's another avenue that you should consider. The entry point is going to be less, obviously, because you're only building a single dwelling, and it could be something to consider, particularly if it's a PPR play. But even from a development perspective, there's great returns in it as well. So, that's something that's sort of bubbling along in conjunction with the Little Fish Essentials project.
Yeah, 100%, and sort of great point. Obviously, we come onto the scene. Property development, dual lock is our thing and all that sort of stuff, and that's definitely not going to change. But to not have this single option as a price point, there's a lot more single dwelling homes being built in this country than there is dual locks, and that's by the length of the Flemington Strait. So for us not to unpack that and find a solution that gets our clients as much value for money as possible, but is protected and the risk is mitigated throughout the whole process, which is essentially what we do, is a super exciting concept. And, the way I'm seeing it, single builds, low-level dual lock, high-level dual lock, custom dual lock, and being able to dial each and every one of those products to suit our customer, I think is a bit of a home run. So super excited to be able to, when people come to us, go, we can help you from right down a budget, a budget, but still super sought after and something that you really fall in love with to start.
And it's that'll be exclusive to us, right? You won't be able to get this anywhere else, and this service and this product.
Yeah.
And that's at the bottom end.
Yeah, correct. 100%.
And then we can help anywhere along the spectrum, all the way up to fully bespoke custom.
Don't worry. Yeah.
And it can be dual, it can be multiple, it can be single. And there's a whole heap of ways in which we can unpack it. And so rather than turn people away and say, we don't really have a solution for you, now we feel like we actually will be able to have a solution for you, and it will be able to be driven by feasibility and budget with the full service offering and the safety blanket that we provide as a project manager.
Yeah, correct. And this, like you said, this essentially helps people deliver on their dream, on their vision. If it is a big 50 square home, you can come to Little Fish and we will make that a reality for you. If it's a dual lock play, we can fit in lots of different price points to make sure that your dream becomes a reality. And like we said, custom, anything, obviously we do, we've done basements, we've done triple stories, that sky's the limit on that end.
Yeah, absolutely.
That end that ends, infinite. But to be able to drag it back down because of, like I said, the economic headwinds of lots of different factors have pushed this out of a lot of reach for a lot of people. So super exciting to be able to get more competitive, but stay true to the values of Little Fish. So our core values of providing quality, a good spec, something that the resales are going to be there on because it is sought after, it is nice, to be able to bring that to many. Sounds super exciting, mate.
Yeah, no, I'm really bullish about it. I'm excited about it. Obviously, there's still a bit of work to do, but we'll definitely keep you in the loop. That's going to come to fruition, I would think, pretty quickly, particularly after the meeting we had this morning. And I look forward to chatting through, trying to help you find whatever that right decision is for you and your family, whether that's personal place of residence or it's an investment play. Either way, we're going to be able to help you.
Yeah, 100%. Love it. The custom play has been very good to us over the years, and that will continue to thrive. But just fantastic that, just proud that we've got the team in there that have got those fertile minds to be able to look outside the square and go, hey, we can't just sit still here. We need to put things in place to include more people into this marketplace. So like you said, we'll keep people up to date on this channel. You'll be back in a few weeks, probably with a sneaky update. But super excited to see that be rolled out through the website. When people call up, there'll be offerings from nearly A to Z. So amazing. Love it. Beautiful. Thanks, Jonesy. Please, guys, some exciting things ahead. Make sure you hit the bell notifications so you don't miss a thing. There's going to be lots of value dropped in here, and make sure you get across to the Little Fish Network. There's going to be value about this new play that's coming out soon in there as well. Happy developing.